Okay, okay. Greetings and salutations, everyone. This is your Immortal Afro Josh. You're watching Immortal Afro Gaming. Gonna be going through a name change pretty soon. Ward 11. As soon as I get my game to show up. There you go. Alright. Onwards with our hunts. Dania, the Giza Plains. I think we only need one person out here, so let's make it Ash. Oh wait, I think this is the guy that I can't find. Yeah. Cluckatrice, Trice, Treese. Oh, that's the one I'm looking for. During the rains, the Crystal Glade. One down. Bird Juba. Yeah, what's his nigga name? Pika. I haven't even been all the way in here yet. How? During the rains. During the rains. Yay, right. What's up, Dandelion? Yes, Final Fantasy 12. The ring. Crystal Glade. Doing alright, man? Alright. I just got back from the gym. That's what's up, man. Just getting some of this here game time in. Doing some hunts. Oh, come on, Balthier. Stop missing. Ring of the Toad. Incorrigible. To the east, a place called Tracks of the Beast. Range drawn out to wreak havoc. Alright, to the Gill Snapper. Silent earned to entrap a Gill Snapper gone wild. Found that the tracks of the beast of Giza Plains during the range. The more rain, the better finding a snapper. Wait for it to rain again. Yeah, mad at Kuma and Panda. Yeah, dude, I'm tired of them wasting these characters on nobody ever use. Like, nobody uses these characters, man. They're like the least used characters in every Tekken game. But they get to be in every fucking game. But characters that people actually like Armor King and shit, nah, you gotta wait a year, pay for them. But we'll give you these fucking bears, though. Like, whatever, bro. Tired of playing the game over and over again. So I'm just gonna wait. That's why I didn't play the closed network test. It's like, cause if I like that game, it's just gonna piss me off more. That's if that list is true, which, you know, it's seeming more and more likely that it is. It's like, whatever, dude. Tired of doing this with y'all. And I knew it was going to happen with, since Tekken 7 was so popular. That's what happened when shit get popular. They just start doing dumb shit because you got to appease all the fucking normies. What's normal? What's all the fun stuff? DLC, Season 1, Season 2, pay over and over again. No thanks. I'll just wait till the game is fucking finished 8 years from now. It wasn't supposed to happen to Tekken 7, but you know, that's what happens when you get popular. Just do what they do what everyone else does. Everyone else does it, so you do it too. Wait for Tekken 8 Season 4. Get your favorite character. But hey, you got fucking Panda and Bear. Always gotta get those. They'll be in every Tekken game. Every single last one. Nobody play them, but they'll be in every single last one. Like, bruh, I'm done. You want a new VF game? Man, you don't want no VF game. If you wanted a VF game, you'd be playing the other one that just came out, the remake. Sega been selling this same damn game for forever. Be happy with the version you got. I have all of 5, the new one too. Why are you talking like that? Why is it not raining here? Oh, I forgot. Vaughn has like the worst weapon. Dynasty Warriors. It's hecka dead, but I rep my games. I mean, it's probably gonna stay dead because nobody ever wants to actually play Virtual Fighter. I mean, I like it, but I don't play it. I'm a DOA guy. DOA is dead, so don't need another one of those either. Yep, look at all these dead games. No, you don't, man. Just play the old ones. You got the best DOA has ever been. You already own them. You don't need another one. So it's that attitude that keep getting us in trouble, man. The best DOA you got, you already own. You just buried Sonic Riders. Unbury it. Keep playing the old games, man. You don't need nothing new from these folks. You don't need nothing from the current new industry. You think you want it. You don't. Because all they're going to do is fuck it up anyway. And you know they will. So it's like, it makes no sense to keep wanting something from these folks. I don't know why Fran and Balthier stay missing. Let's do Bosch. So you miss DOA Virtua Fighter so much, plug up the old one. Oh, I miss DOA. DOA 2. Ultimate, you still got it. And if you don't, buy it while you can. Or emulate it while you can. Well, don't be sitting here asking for a new DOA from current Koei Tecmo. Bro, come on. DOA 5 wasn't trash enough for you? Like, dude, how many games they got to fuck up before you be like, you know what? Maybe I don't want a new DOA game. You wanted one 15 years ago when Tecmo Koei wasn't trash. I can understand that, but now? I'll argue down anybody claiming they want a new DOA. No, you don't. You just think you do. It's called wishful thinking. The DOA you wishing they would make, those folks don't work at Tecmo no more. They long gone. So whatever DOA you wishing thinking they gonna make, woefully misunderstood, my friend. The DOA they gonna make is gonna have some fucking weird tranny character. All the girls gonna be ugly, sound and look stupid. Yeah, it started off good because of who? See, as a DOA fan, you should know exactly what went wrong with each DOA. Last good DOA was DOA 4. DOA 5 DOA 5 did all right because of who? Shimbori. Does Shimbori work at Tecmo anymore? Who the hell gonna make it? Nobody else, because Shimbori was the only dude behind Edagaki. And now that he gone, who you think gonna make it? And if they make it, what makes you think they're gonna make it good? What track record do they have to convince you that they know how to make a good DOA? Especially after what was DOA 6? Bruh, stop it. I'm so tired of folks pretending like they still in love with this franchise. It's just like, I think it was like Family Guy. You don't love DOA. You love the idea of DOA. It's the idea that makes you feel all these feelings. Like, no, that's in your head. That's you. That's all you. So go ahead and pump the brakes on that one, my friend. DOA is dead. And it will remain dead. Even if they announce a new one, that shit gonna look pretty and be shitty by the time you get it in your hands. And you're gonna be sitting there looking, having the same dumb look on your face. Why didn't they make it? They're alive. Just quit, bruh. You miss DOA so damn much, go play the old ones. They're obviously better. Obviously better. And if you want to get competitive, play DOA 5. It's pretty good competitive DOA. But if you want like the true DOA, 2, 3, 4. You already have the best this game. You have the best this franchise is ever going to get. And you had it years ago. That's why I'm over here playing Final Fantasy 12 and not 16. Because Final Fantasy is a JRPG, not no fucking hack and slash game. What's up, Cross? Yes, man, I love this game too. I was just talking to good old buddy Mike here about how he said he wanted another Virtua Fighter, want another Dead or Alive. Like, nigga, no, you don't. No, you don't. No, you don't. Not in this timeline, you don't. I promise you. You're going to be eating those words super hard. That game going to come out, you're going to spend $70 fucking on it and be disappointed. Be sitting there looking like, man, this ain't as good as the old one. They could go play the old one. Answers all your problems, all your prayers. The game you wishing you had came out 20 years ago. Just like, I ain't about to be sitting here paying $70 to play Final Fantasy 16. Over here mashing my face on the controller trying to get the 6 smoking style combos in a fucking Final Fantasy game. What the hell? Get the fuck out of here, dude. This shit is so whack, bro. You don't want nothing from current Tecmo. Exactly. Current Tecmo is... it is so cancer, bro. You lucky you still have Dynasty Warriors, Dandelion. For now. I don't know how well that franchise is doing, but you better hope and pray that shit stay where. If you're happy with where it is now, you better hope and pray it stay that way. The garbage, honestly, they've always been garbage. Edagaki kept them from being bad. Literally saved the company. Yep. Yeah, see? All the people that made Tecmo good, long gone. Shimbori was the last one. He was the last of the Mohicans. Man, like, you gonna keep rewarding these folks buying their shit? Bruh, it's time to go. Yeah, as soon as they left, they merged with Koei. Like, sorry, fucks. Needed that man before he showed up. Dude literally carried the entire company by himself, and they didn't want to pay this man. Bro, Tecmo could fucking burn in hell. They can eat an A's dick. Man, only game I think they made that was good since his departure was that samurai game. It was kind of like Dark Souls, but mixed with Ninja Gaiden. That's pretty good. Yeah, that merger was okay at the start. And that's not Chris, that's Cross. And they went downhill. No, they went downhill because they needed the merger. See, back when Edagaki was technically running shit without running shit, he was producing enough good games by himself, him and his team, keeping Tecmo relevant. But as soon as they got rid of that dude, they were like, we need help. We'll merge with Koei. It's like, y'all sorry fucks. No, y'all couldn't do shit by yourself because y'all wasn't making games before this man showed up. Yeah, Neo. That's the only good thing they did. And then they said that one thing, and I think it was Shimbori that said it. That's probably why we haven't heard nothing about it since. He was like, Japanese games should be Japanese and stuff. Bruh, I think it was him that said that. Yeah, Tecmo was always slow. Also, Neo was after Shimbori realized that they shouldn't try to copy Westerns and just do Japanese shit, but now it's dead. Yeah, that's probably the last game they made that's worth a damn, Neo 2. I actually need to play that. I haven't finished the first one. Did you hear what Yoshi P said? About what? About not Fantasy 16? Don't get me wrong, I love Yoshi P. That's my nigga, but he said JRPG was racist. Are you sure about that? I thought it was I thought he said that we should keep it. I don't know if it was Yoshi or someone else that said it. You know, 1 is great, but haven't played 2 or heard it's good. It seems like more of what 1 is, but better. I'm gonna look that up because if Yoshi P said that shit, that's I'll have to dock some points from him. Kamiya said keep it. Okay, I remember it was somebody. I haven't looked into it. And Yoshi didn't like it. I don't know, man. Yoshi a good dude, but that is the wrong take. Absolute wrong take. I don't even know what I'm looking for. I'm supposed to get over here. I think I need to go down in that corner. I'm just kind of running around. I'm supposed to do something. While it's raining. That's racist. Yeah, that's fucking pathetic. Yoshi wants to retire the term JRPG. Well, he's fucking wrong. Yoshi is fucking wrong. I want JRPG to remain Japanese role-playing games. Because RPG by itself implies Western, and I don't want them to correlate at all. I don't want them to be unanimous. Use the silent urn to entrap Gil Snapper gone wild. We found the tracks of the beast on Giza Plains during the rains. The more rain, the better for finding a snapper. Folks sing his praises, and I call his BS. Yeah, everyone kissing his ass because of Final Fantasy 14, which good. You know, he did good. But if you say some dumb shit, you gotta call him on it. Because that ain't it. That's certainly not it. He was on the team that messed up the city. Well. Shit. Hold on. Say it one more time. Tracks of the beast when the rain's real heavy. It's okay to be fair to that was more Nomura. Hold on. I gotta get it to rain. Cause I don't know where the tracks of the beast are. I don't wanna go there. We'll stay here in the plains. There we go. Let me look this up right quick. But yeah. Nah, I ain't going for that. I think you said Kamiya. That is the correct attitude. Because the more these folks try to like push everything together, the worse everything get. It's annoying that a lot of folks don't see that by now. All right. I think I see. There it goes. So bastard just leveling up for no reason. Lucky I can't get rid of you. The thing that Yoshida wants to get across is that when we are creating games with our team, we don't want them thinking like that. We're just going to be creating JRPGs. We just go into them thinking we're going to create RPGs. The distinction needs to be made. I guess I could kind of understand what he's trying to convey. I just think it's a pointless stance to take. Yeah, link me the article so I can read it instead of, spitballing. Don't want to misinterpret what he's saying, even though I still think we should make the distinction between RPGs and JRPGs, Western, Japanese. Because those differences those differences are the reason why we like what we like. I like JRPGs. I don't give a fuck about any, maybe coulda, woulda. No, it's just a roundabout way of saying he's appealing to the global audience instead of Japanese. Yeah, see, that's kind of what I'm thinking. That's what it comes off as. It's like, dude, I like Japanese RPGs. If you just call it an RPG, thanks for yeah. See, this is why the original idea of America is so goddamn important. Individuality. We're all different. We're not the same. These folks over here, this is globalist horseshit where everyone, we are all equal. No. Some folks know how to make a better fucking game than others. And right now, the Japanese are fucking pretty good at doing that. Yeah, fucking get out of here, dude. Stop. Appealing to who? The global alliance? The globalists? Like, no, dude. You better embrace your differences. More like always have been. Yeah. So stupid. Like this random need to be the same. Like, bro, who asked for that? That's why this shit's so aggravating. It's like, dude, there's nothing about it is natural. But they showed trying to push it, man. It's the West that sunk the first game industry, and it was Japan that saved it, that sustained it all this time. Yep. Well, Japan need to know that it was them. They gotta take pride in carrying that W all these years, instead of playing into like, yeah, let's share our victory with people who didn't fucking earn it, who have no fucking ability to, who have no creative integrity whatsoever. Like, nah, dude, fuck that. I like you, Yoshi, but you on that gay shit. That's what it sound like to me. Sound like gay shit. All this sharing. We're all in this together. No, we're not. You know how modest Japan like to be. And y'all gonna have to embrace some of that assholery that old America used to be about. Let's see if this jump ready yet. A few more pieces. Got them all. Let's double check. When it comes to the big corporals, they are now targeting the mainstream of the world. You should have just ignored them and support smaller deals. Yep. Go indie and stay indie. Unless they fit our needs. Like, I don't think they ever will, man. Like, I'm more on the side of fucking let it burn. I'd rather keep it, maintain our own little shit and keep it little. Yeah, it can grow, but it should never exceed a certain capacity. It's like, I don't have a problem, like, let's say if you're making games or whatever, like, yeah, you guys can buy this shit all you want, but the core essence of the game will never change. I don't know how realistic that is, but at this point, I'd rather try that. Cause it's just ridiculous. Because it always goes the same way. I want to keep repeating the same thing over and over. Maybe you just got to get to a point to where it's like, look, I don't care how successful we are, we're just not going to do that. It's just not going to happen. Like, but you can make so much more. I don't want more money. I don't need it. It's not necessary. There's no need for this much money. I think that's where like the whole greed issue becomes like too much. Cause like when you got that much money coming in every direction, and you start thinking, oh, I gotta expand. Yeah, that's when you get the problems. Why don't you just keep your money, save it? You can make all the money. I mean, you gotta use it all. I think that's what be catching most of these folks off guard. They feel the need to go further above and beyond when it's not necessary. Not really. It's technically not a requirement. Like, yeah, okay, I made a game. A game cost me $100,000 to make, but I made $1 million off of it. Does that mean my next game got to be 10 times the size in order to be successful, or should I just stay in my fucking lane? That's what I think anyway. Told you I'd be here to help, didn't I? Gill Snapper is easy prey when blah, 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 blah. Okay. Thanks, I guess. I'm gonna go ahead to get a full party in here. Except for Vaughn. He got the wrong weapon. Ouch. But I'm pretty sure that's easier said than done. I have to see how I operate if I ever come across that level of success. Cause it's like, yeah, you could say, I ain't gonna use $1 million. Like, yeah, it's easier for you to say it. You ain't got $1 million. Yeah, Mapu. Well, I thought it was a map. We talk on Discord? Yeah. 1 second. Boo. Discriminatory term. Get the fuck out of here, dude. Oh. So sick of Western influence making everybody bitch made, man. So fake and gay.
Hello.
Hey, what's up?
Yeah, man. I didn't know Yoshi said that.
Yeah, I didn't either. It's very upsetting.
Because it kind of like it's a bit contradictory based on the other things you were saying about Final Fantasy 16 prior to it coming out.
Yeah.
Because he was like, I'm gonna do all these different themes that might trigger people, and I don't care. Like I'm gonna do them. It's like okay, cool. But then you're saying, but but at the same time, it's like I can believe that he said that because it wouldn't be the first time that someone went back on things that they said, and like also like when you look at that game that Final Fantasy 16 is,
You can kind of see its Western influence.
yeah,
Yeah, that's.
you can tell like that is not a game made for Final Fantasy fans. It's not a game made for even JRPG fans or even RPG fans. like even if you were just a normal or like a Western RPG fan, you know,
Yeah.
that's like
This.
the saying, like to say like Western RPG or to JRPG is racist. It's like, well, is Western RPG racist too? Because like that's how we categorize them. We say Western RPG or we say JRPG because there are two main types of RPGs, and you know, and they're pretty different from. I mean, they're both RPGs, but like they have a clear distinction. Like people who like Western RPGs tend to not like JRPGs,
And vice
it
versa.
makes and vice versa because they have things that they focus on that the other one doesn't, and and I'm not even talking about like the trash shit now. I'm talking about like if you look at the golden era of Western RPGs, like still like JRPG fans did not like those games because they just did things and focused on shit that quite frankly they didn't like or cared about. They don't like the idea I gotta make my own character. My character has no voice or no like character I have to make. Like I have to be. I don't want to be the guy. I want to.
I want to
See the
be
guy.
Cloud Strife or
Yeah,
this
yeah.
Chrono Trigger nigga. It's
Yeah,
like,
I want to be someone cool. Like I don't want to be dude, and then that's like just a scrub, and then I have to make decisions. Like I don't want to do any of that shit. I want to see. I want a story to be told to me. I want to play a battle system like this. It's like they focus on different things, and that's fine. Like those distinctions are what makes everything unique, and it gives personality and flavor to each thing. Like it's just a genre, dude.
yeah, that's what's so confusing about it, cause it's like, what are you complaining about? That's why the shit seems so made up out of nowhere. Just like a lot of the shit that we don't like, because
Yeah.
like, oh yeah, this wasn't a problem until we just decided it was a problem. Like,
Yeah, right. That's what I'm saying. It seems like somebody is speaking. Uh, okay, like you know how like this is one thing that I'm sure you've. I mean, we've talked about this before, and you notice this too. But as soon as like a developer or someone becomes the guy, let's say, what I'll say,
yep,
the guy, the person that, oh, we can trust him because he made this, or he's good, man, because he said this, and he's on our side, right? As soon as that happens, and it becomes recognizable by the majority of people, oh, that's the dude, he got our back.
yeah,
That is the guy they're gonna put pressure on to like infiltrate. And then like if they're able to do it, they'll speak through his voice. Like he won't actually be saying this shit, but they'll in interviews, oh yeah, I was with him and he said this. And like he'll approve it of course, but it's like are those his actual feelings? We'll never know. We just
yeah,
have to say, yeah, they are. Because if he said that people can speak on his behalf, but then you always notice this people speaking on his fucking behalf. You know, it's never you never actually hear him say it. You never actually see him like that, like in an article, them talking to him or something like that. You know what I mean?
yeah.
And that's when you know it's like okay,
How
that's a
very,
really good sign. Like okay, you got pressured. You are probably getting forced into this type of position.
yep.
Yeah.
It's
And
so
it doesn't
annoying.
surprise me, you know, that Kamiya was like, fuck that, dude. Like, because he's independent. He's
Yeah,
not working for some big company or anything. So he's just like, that's fucking stupid.
yeah.
Like, what the fuck?
Can't tell him shit.
Yeah, you
So
can't tell him anything. So it's like, okay, like, see, that's why I can't trust anyone that works for a big company. Because even if their heart is in the right place, they don't have enough power to do anything about it.
yeah. This shit healing him. It is. God damn it. I really need to pay attention to what fucking weapons I give these people.
See, that's what I like about that game. It's like really, it's dynamic, man. It's like you always got to be, you know, like the games. That's like one thing I noticed. I think games where it has a lot of detail, not like more detail doesn't mean 100% better quality. There's obviously diminishing returns at a certain point, but
Yeah, it's open.
when games have more detail, I feel like if you really are the type that wants to win, it's easier to get immersed in those games because you have to be paying attention to shit. You know what I'm saying? Like you have to be like, okay, I gotta equip this thing. You have tasks and goals to do. But when a game is like flat and it's very like just easy and all you gotta do is you turn your brain off and do this thing. I don't understand how people can get immersed in that.
Yeah.
Because it's like you optimize the thing you need to do, and honestly, my brain starts to go in other directions. I start thinking about other shit. Whereas like I want to be immersed when I'm playing like especially an RPG. I want to be immersed. I do not want to be thinking about other shit.
Yeah. Because
in the game.
It's easy to lose track of everything because you're too busy just brain dead and sandbagging. I don't even realize it.
Yeah, it's sad because when it comes to Final Fantasy 16, initially, like when I just saw the way it looked, and I read the concept, I was like, hey, this game might be pretty cool. Like this is a cool idea for a Final Fantasy game. Kind of reminds me of like some of the kind of like a Final Fantasy 6, Final Fantasy 4 type of deal, but not exactly though, because it did have like there was things about it also that kind of like made me like, but I don't know. I had to wait and see, and it was like you could tell that it had a Western art style influence, and I was like, well, that doesn't always mean bad, but
There was a time. That's the thing. That's why, like, for me, I was interested in it for a short time, but my thing is, I already kind of have the hey, Final Fantasy should be this turn-based JRPG style. I don't really mind everything changing. Like even Final Fantasy 13, I didn't like that game, but it still plays like a Japanese, like it looks like an evolved form. Yeah, it looks like a.
It's a bad game, but it's still Japanese. Like,
Yeah, it's still a JRPG. But when I see Final Fantasy 16, it's like, dude, all this action bullshit. It's like, it deviates the conversation. It really, to me, it just tricks everybody into arguing about something completely arbitrary that has nothing to do with what the game is supposed to be.
Yeah.
So like,
well, it's kind of hard to argue when it comes to the subject of Final Fantasy because, like, every Final Fantasy game is different, right?
mm-hmm.
But on that same note, they're not so different from one another that they can't be recognized as a Final Fantasy. Like, it ain't like every Final Fantasy game is so different that you could confuse it for a Tales of game, or you could confuse it for an Ys game, or something like that. No, like you can put two Final Fantasy games up to each other, and someone can have only played one. Let's say the only Final Fantasy game someone played was Final Fantasy VII. You can show them screenshots from Final Fantasy X, and they could guess that was a Final Fantasy game. Or you could show them cutscenes, and they would be able to probably guess this is a Final Fantasy game. Because although like there are things that are different, and like it's a different world, different characters and stuff, there are still things that throughout all of the Final Fantasy games, there's like there's something about it that remains the same throughout pretty much the majority of them. 13 started to lose that. But
Yeah.
at least 13, like you said, was it looked like a Final Fantasy game. Like in terms of just like its art style, and it was still Japanese. So it was like, okay, well this is still a Japanese RPG. Yeah, it's missing some of the like quality, but it's still a Japanese RPG. It still has the Final Fantasy look to it. Okay, whatever, right?
Yeah.
But it's hard to argue like for 16 and 15. 15 has its problems, to be honest. um, that these games are not Final Fantasy games because it's like you you can say like, well, these games not only do they like they're very very different from what Final Fantasy games are, and then they're like, oh well, each Final Fantasy game is different. And it's like, yeah, it is, but they're not so different that they can read as another franchise. That's
Yeah,
the problem. Like these games don't read as Final Fantasy fucking games. Like the Dragon Quest games are also different from one another, and they also take place in different, things. But like you can look at a Dragon Quest game and know it's Dragon Quest, without even having fucking played Dragon Quest. You can just look
yeah,
at it and say that's Dragon Quest. You know,
yeah.
like you know,
It's
you know.
it's like it's no, excuse me. Its identity is it's there. Like the formula is there. Yeah, and that's why like when it came to Final Fantasy 16, I was like, yeah, this is too far off. Like it's
See, I didn't notice that until I saw gameplay. Like when I just was like looking at, they showed a lot of trailers and stuff at first, and I was just kind of like, okay, this looks cool, but I want to see gameplay. But the second I saw gameplay, I was like, oh, okay,
yeah.
I'm
This is
not interested.
exactly how it was with me. Cause like I was the same way. Like it looked cool at first, but as soon as I saw that it wasn't turn based, I'm like, well, no thanks. Cause
Not even
I
just
already
turn-based. It was like, cause like 12 is like it's different. Like you know what I mean? Like it's definitely not like just like your standard turn-based.
mm-hmm.
It has a unique style. So like they could have come up with a battle system that isn't exactly turn-based, and I would have been okay with that. It's the fact that it's not an RPG. It's an action game. It's
Yeah.
like that's my problem. Like there's no party members. There's no like yeah, there's quests and stuff, but
You
it's
just
like
play with one fucking guy,
yeah,
and it's
it's
like
like
that's not really what Final Fantasy is about. Like there's a party,
yeah.
there's the that's like the main thing. Like there's a party, and like there's no party. Like, you're just a dude and this fucking dog, and I'm like, don't we already have this game? Where it's like,
Yeah,
and then that's another thing. Like I know it's not really that indicative. But as soon as everybody was like, "Oh yeah, your best boy," and I'm like, "See, oh, can I pet the dog?" I'm like, "Yeah, this is some shit for fucking uh normies." That's what
yeah.
that is, cause they're these people are the ones that care about that shit so much. I can pet the dog. The dog can be pet, and that's like a huge plus for them.
No, yeah, this game was definitely made for people who don't play, who aren't interested and don't play RPGs. Like, like the people who, uh, they always say they would like to play Final Fantasy, but
Never actually would.
never got into it or whatever. It's like this game was made for them. But the sad part is that like this game, when a Final Fantasy game releases, it's supposed to be a big deal.
And it's
Like
like
it
the
really
opposite.
is. It's supposed to be like a gigantic deal, and Final Fantasy hasn't been a gigantic deal to release. Even 13 was a gigantic deal when it came out.
Yeah,
Like at least I can give 13 that. Like, myself included, we were all excited to buy this fucking
yeah,
game. We were
because
like,
the
wow, like
legacy, the
Final
legacy
Fantasy.
alone was enough to make us like, hey, I don't want to know anything about this game. I'm just gonna buy
Yeah,
it.
yeah,
Yeah,
exactly. But now it's like I get that 16 has a lot to like work, like make up for because Final Fantasy has literally been garbage ever since after 13. But it's like they didn't even do a good job at that. Like not even after the fact, because you would think that like let's say the game, most people just aren't excited because the Final Fantasy franchise went downhill, but the game is like a really good RPG though. Like it actually is really good. You would be hearing about that. Like you would be hearing about the people who were playing 16 and they'd be like, "Bro, this game is so fucking good. This is one of the best like Final Fantasies they've ever made. This is a fucking good ass game. Like, you know what I mean? Like, but you're not hearing anything from anybody. It's just silence.
Yeah, because it's
So
just
either
another.
no one's playing the game at all, or people have played it and they just think it was meh, or they didn't hit them.
Yeah, I mean, because it's like, and I see what you mean. Because like, it's not like it's like you said before, like, oh, the game is bad or whatever. Final Fantasy is supposed to have a reputation, regardless of what game comes out. But because it has to work, from the bottom up with the bad PR and whatever that 13 had, as well as all the shit surrounding 15, because 15 was kind of in the same boat in my opinion, but it's a better example of a proper Final Fantasy game. But you could tell it's just like it's too much. It's becoming less and less Final Fantasy. And with 16, it's just like, I don't know what the fuck this game is. Like, this isn't even an RPG. Like a JRPG. It's a fucking Devil May Cry clone. And it's like, my thing, I think I was talking to Herbert. Because he was saying, like, oh, I'm curious about it. I was like, well, the reason why I'm not into it is because, for me, there's this thing called tonal whiplash. Because, I haven't played every Final Fantasy, but I played enough to kind of have a expectation when it comes to Final Fantasy. Like, primarily, like, the reason why gameplay isn't at the top of the list is because this is supposed to be a epic story, following the characters, and the characters are always going to be there. You're always going to have a Cid. You're always going to have a healer. Summons are going to be a big deal. The birds, the chocobos, the Moogles, whatever you want to call them. There's going to be an epic story surrounding those pillars of what a Final Fantasy should be. But I was telling them, like, when it comes to 16, because, like, I've watched some of it. I went over to my friend's house, and you played it and showed me some. Because I had mixed feelings when I found out that Yoshi P was working on it. Because I'm like, okay, he's a MMO guy. And I like Final Fantasy 14, but that gets an exception because it's an MMO. Like, that game never, it didn't trick me. They was like, hey, we're different. All right, cool, whatever. This game is great. All right, cool, whatever. For 16 come around, and it's like, oh, it's being led by Yoshi P. I'm like, well, I mean, that doesn't really excite me. It did for a second, and then I had to think. It's like, well, hold on. He makes MMOs, so this shit's gonna play like, it's either gonna play like an MMO-ish, like 12/7 remake, or it's gonna be nothing like it. And it was nothing like it. It's a damn Devil May Cry clone, which threw me off even more because it's just like, dude, like, I would even consider Final Fantasy 4. I would still consider Final Fantasy 14 turn-based in some capacity because you just can't run around swinging. Like, a game that doesn't allow you to just go ape shit, I'm like, okay, it's a different type of strategy game. You have to wait. There's cooldowns. But on here, it's like, dude, it's like face mashing. And then, as I was explaining to Herbert, that's like, when it comes to tonal whiplash, the reason why I don't like it for this game is that people who understand what Final Fantasy is expect a story. People who like fucking mashing their face on the controller doing ultimate combos are going to be tired of this game in 30 minutes. Because they ain't going to be able to do what they want to do for a long time because they're cutscenes. And most of the people who complained about 16 that's what they said. It's like, yeah, dude, I got fucking bored. The gameplay is awesome. It's epic. It's amazing. But goddamn, I got to sit here and listen to these folks talk 20, 30 minutes. And I just don't care.
Yeah, but it's like one of those things where it's like you're playing a Final Fantasy game. What do you expect? But then you're like, well, oh, wait a minute. They've marketed the gameplay as a hack and slash game, so that's why they expected that.
Yeah, so I can't even be mad at them. Yeah. It's just like, you over trying to get this game to be in the hands of everybody, and it's like, dude, again, not everybody should play it. The games can't be for everybody. It's the same shit.
Not every game can be for everybody. Like, dude, I can even say that there's a game out there for everyone. My mom can play Candy Crush. That's cool. Like, whatever.
Yeah.
But every game can't be for everyone, man. Like that's the problem. Like, dude, you are in a oh god damn it, you know? It's like we used to be able to understand this. It's like if I'm making The Sopranos, you know, it's safe for fucking kids. There's certain things that we
Yeah.
can't do if we're going to make this for kids because you know, it's supposed to be
Otherwise,
for kids. Yeah.
yeah.
So all of a sudden, Tony Soprano can't be in a strip club called Bada Bing with topless women walking around. He can't beat someone over the fucking head because he hates Jews. We can't do that because I get it. You don't want your kid to emulate that shit because he
Yeah.
thought it was funny. Like
That's,
I understand
that's why we
that.
have
Don't show
ratings.
fucking kid.
We have all these things. All right, the line. Take it easy, man. Thanks for stopping by. Yeah, we have all these things that are supposed to, you know, help people understand what is what and why.
Right, exactly. But it's like now it's like they want everything to be like the same. It's like, okay, well, everything should be for everyone. So, and it's like, I hate that. Like, I hate that when it comes to other stuff because you'll be making like there'll be like for erotic content, it'll be stuff that's like clearly this is made for not kids, and then they're like, oh my god, like this game they shouldn't have this content because the people who are playing this are minors, and they're talking about people who are like 17, 18 years old, and I'm like, bro, like you are ready to push all this other crazy sexual deviant shit on them, but titties. That is too fucking far for a 17-year-old dude to look at. Get the fuck out of here. It's like you're crazy. You're like it's so fucking annoying. So yeah, it sucks. It's but when it comes to the mainstream, I think that they have a particular goal or thing in mind, and they're gonna go for that no matter what. So
Yeah, that's why I don't think it's worth trying to. There's nothing there anymore.
yeah. There's no reason to be like, well, hope they change, or I'll boycott it, or yeah. It's like no, they don't give a fuck. Like they will bankrupt themselves before they will kill themselves before they change to meet your needs. Trust me. Like they'll do everything else, but that they'll manipulate you. They'll lie to you. They'll do everything else but that. Trust me. Like
Yep.
they will not bend on that shit. It's almost respectable. I almost wish that the people who believed in what I believed in was that fucking strong in their fucking beliefs because I find that they bend way more.
Yep.
You know? But these people, they fucking they're willing to die for their beliefs.
Yep. We can sit here and call them crazy all day, but at least they consistently like, hey, I will not. I will not.
Yeah, I
and
wouldn't
and
do
you're
that shit.
and you're the villain, no matter what. I was like, wow, dude, you're pretty fucking insane. That's almost endearing. How fucking crazy you are about this thing that you literally put zero thought into. Like,
It doesn't matter. The way they act, it's like they are able to push everybody else around because they don't want that heat. They don't want the smoke.
yep.
So everyone, runs or just bends, and it's like, and it's frustrating because there are people who want to do something about it, but they don't know what to do. You know, they're like, well, I want to save this franchise, I want to do something, but what can I do? And it's like they don't know what to do. I feel like, honestly, the best thing to do is more people need to realize their creative abilities. I think still to this day, people think that creativity is something that is reserved for like a select few of people. You have to be born with it or some shit like that. That's like that's not true. Like you have wants and desires that you would like to see realized, then that's it. That's where creativity comes from. It doesn't come from like some God-given gift or anything like that. The God-given gift is your free will and the things that you want in life. Like, and that is where your creativity is born from. And all you have to do is try to realize it. Like, you know, now that doesn't mean you're going to be able to do it well or perfectly or anything like that, but it's the continued effort of trying to, you know, make it come true that you'll continue to get better and better at it. And people will begin to rely on you because they have their own creative ideas and abilities that they want to do, but they don't have the skill to pull it off. But the more people that are able to do that, then maybe we'd be able to have another golden age again. Because that's why the golden age was the golden age. It was because a lot of people realized their potential.
Yep.
Like, separate from one another. They all realized, like, hey, I could do that, you know, but I want to do it this way. I want to make a shooter this way. I don't want to make it like this. I want to make it like this. Or I'm going to make this game like this. But now we don't have that. Everyone wants, you know, fewer people think that they can do things nowadays, even though there's more that you can do nowadays. And the people that are, like, that have creative ability think that they have to do it in a particular way or they're going to fail.
Yeah.
You know, even though they don't. They don't have to do that. And it's just like, it's bad. And when they do end up being creative and they make something that a lot of people like, the pressure that they receive from people who would like to use their work for their own nefarious means, they don't know how to deal with that. They've never dealt with that type of attack or assault. No one ever taught them. They don't know what to do. So they bend. And then their creativity is stifled. So it's like, we need more people. If you understand all of that, then the only option, if you really want to do something, take up a pencil, a computer, or something, and start to just make the things that you like and continually try to improve those things and sell it. Test your ideas out in the marketplace and sell them and see if people resonate with them. If they don't, maybe it's because your skill is too low. Maybe the idea needs a little bit more refinement. Who knows? Like,
yeah, work. Work.
Man.
Yeah, just work. Ultimately.
We don't need complaining, and we don't need people trying to boycott, or we don't need any of that because it's not effective.
Yeah, it doesn't matter because it's like it's the thing the beast we're up against is big enough on its own, and
Yeah.
despite
And it's more than enough, like, food. It's like you know, like, you have to think about it from the perspective of the people who are being, like, who buy, like, big game company stuff and all that. Do you think that they don't also agree with us? They agree with us a lot of times that this game sucks or stuff sucks. It's not like they're like, no, gaming's awesome. If you talk to them privately and you say, hey man, you know, how do you feel about this, that, and the other? They would most likely agree with you, you
yep.
know? But their actions betray how they feel. Why is that? It's because from their perspective, they don't have much of a choice. They see what they have to buy, and that's it. And they're not going to give up on the hobby that they've been doing for 20 plus years. You know what I mean? They're not going to do that. So they're just like, well, I guess this is better than nothing. You know, I'll just deal with this, and that's how it is. It's like, it's our responsibility to give them another choice, to give them an option to purchase. You know, it's kind of like if you're a Castlevania fan and you really want to play Castlevania games, but all the Castlevania games are fucking garbage. But all there is Castlevania games. That's the situation that a lot of these people are in, you know? But if you give them Bloodstained Ritual of the Night, now they have a choice, you know? Now it's different. Now they can say, yeah, fuck that. I'm just going to go play Bloodstained.
Yeah. Instead of thinking that they don't there's nothing to do. There's nowhere to go.
Yeah, right, exactly. So I think there just simply needs to be more things being made, more creative choices. But you do have to be careful. I think that in this day and age, you really have to be careful who you work with. Because people who you believe might be good to work with today might be your arch nemesis tomorrow. Like, they might be people who, I mean, I've seen it a million times by this point, and it's like you got to be careful. There was one artist I was watching his stream, and he was talking about that because he was like, man, I got my own. He was like, I got my own game idea and stuff. He's like, I'm gonna work on it as much as I can by myself. He's like, because in this day and age, working with other people can be scary 10 years down the line. Because he's like, you never know what type of bullshit they end up are gonna pull on you to make you look like you're a piece of shit or you're problematic. Oh, I made something now it's problematic or whatever. When they were sitting there laughing with you when they were making it. He's like, so he's like, nah, he's like, I'm gonna make this as much as I can on my own as possible, and if I find people that I know that I can trust, then that's different. He's like, but he's like, he you know, he was someone that, you know, he worked in the industry a lot, and he was telling people, he was like, I'm telling you, he's like, from personal experience to any aspiring game developers or creators in general, he's like, work on the idea yourself as much as you possibly can. He's like, if you can do it all yourself, even fucking better. He's like, but if you can't, that's understandable. Games are very difficult to make. He's like, but try your hardest to work on it as much as you can. Own as much of it, 100% if you can do it. He's like, do as much as you possibly can yourself. He's like, because people have ulterior motives. People who you think are cool probably aren't cool. You know, like just you know. And I was like, yeah, I can see that. You have to be able to see that too.
Yep. And maintain it. You gotta be stoic all day, every day, nonstop.
Yep.
Like I said, it's hard, but I'm like, at this point, it's like it has to be, because otherwise, like any option that's like easier, yeah, that's a trap.
Yeah, it is. Like, you remember the shit where that happened with the voice actor for Bayonetta?
Yep.
It's like he was working with her for years. Probably had the same deal and contract and everything was cool. Then just one day she
all of a sudden
was like, I should be
and then tried to sink the entire ship with her. Like, wow.
And it would have worked if this was 2014.
Yep.
That's the thing. Like, if she had chose if this was Bayonetta 2, it might have worked. You know, but now people are more aware of how it works. You know, so like when it wasn't as easy to sell as it was. But if she just chose the wrong time and she was too late.
Yep.
If she had chose the earlier timing, boy.
Back when that Yep, back when the the Me Too movement was at its peak.
Yep.
She would have doomed the entire everything.
Yep, exactly. And everyone would have been like, huh, you play Kamiya games? That guy's a problematic bigot, misogynistic, blah blah blah. And then that would have been the end of him. That would have been it.
And
who knows if you would have gotten all your favorite games after that point? Who knows? But now, after that point, you know, that shit didn't work. So it's like, and people know how to, like, he knew how to combat it. The way he combated it was the right move. He was like, this is complete bullshit. And then he just deleted his fucking page. Because he's like, I'm not even gonna fucking talk to you. Fuck. This is complete bullshit. Bye.
I don't have to keep doing this. As a matter of fact, I will.
There was like some like pushback on Bayonetta 3. There was some like, well, this game actually isn't the best. It's actually it's the only bad Bayonetta game. And actually, you know, I hate that they made this character like Bayonetta was actually supposed to be gay, but she's great. What is this bullshit? I hate this. It's like, yeah, you had some of that, but all those motherfuckers actually ended up still buying the fucking game, playing it, and they honestly still like the fucking game. They're just, you know, they got their little shit in the tizzy because of some shit that happened, and they were connected to this woman. And that's why it would have worked in the past, because she realized she did actually have some power. Voice actresses, I didn't really understand this in the past, but like, voice actresses really do have power because people really do associate their voice with the character and that they are the character. Like not everyone, you know what I
But
mean?
enough
But like,
people for it to be a problem if they ever
yes,
turn
exactly.
heel.
Now they would say people who, if they heard that targeted towards them, they would say, "Well, I think that she's actually Bayonetta." Yeah, no, I'm not saying that you think that Bayonetta is real and that that's the woman Bayonetta. No,
Yeah,
that's
this is
not what I'm saying. I'm
clearly
saying that
old
the
aging
emotional
woman.
connection, yeah, right. Like I'm saying the emotional connection you have with Bayonetta is tied into this woman, and that's inappropriate because she's taking advantage of that where there should be there should be 0%, emotional connection to her. Like I like what's it? I think her name is Allie Gillis, the voice actor for Liara. Like her voice is great, but do I actually like her? No. I like Liara. I think Liara is great because she also voiced Lightning.
Ew.
Now I like Lightning too. It's like no, of course I don't. I hate the fuck out of Lightning, and I love Liara. But how do I feel about her? Neutral.
Yeah,
She's a
she's
good voice actress. That's
person.
it. Yep, person. That's how I feel about her. She's good at her job. That's it. Like like that's it. Because I was surprised. I was like, wait, she played Lightning.
Horrible.
Liara. I was like, what the fuck? These characters aren't even the same. And
Yeah.
and I was like, damn, she's good at her job.
Yeah,
She
it's
is
good enough
good.
to fool me into thinking that she was a terrible person. It's
Yeah, I
like,
know, right? Like,
yeah.
god damn. So yeah, she's good. Like, I respect her, but I don't like. I'm not like, oh my god, like, and that's how some people are with voice actors, actresses, and stuff. Cause that's Broly, that's this guy, or
Yeah.
that's whatever. And it's like it's unhealthy to be like that towards any fucking voice actor, actress, where you start to idolize them. Like you can respect their abilities, but idolizing them the same way because you like Broly and so he's Broly, or you like Liara, so she's Liara. That's not right, dude. And so like that's the shit she was trying to take advantage of. And a lot of voice actors be trying to do that shit too. And I personally, I don't like that shit. It's like,
Yeah.
so you got to be careful with who you work with. And I honestly think that if you when it comes to game development, you are going to have to work with someone. Like you can't do it all on your own. Like you
Yeah.
can do most of it on your own. There's a lot you can do on your own. But I mean, like if you want to do some voice acting, you're probably going to have to work with somebody. If you are trying to learn and get better at particular things, you are going to have to contact someone with expertise. Like there are just certain things you're not going to be able to do it by yourself. But the thing is that like you can do most of it by yourself, and you can own most of it. I think that's what's most important. It's like
Yeah.
it's
Yep.
okay to get help, but it's not okay to like I guess be dependent, like be like so like put too much dependency on others that they don't have your interest at heart. They have their interests.
Mhm.
So
Well,
yeah,
it's kind of like what Eric D. July is doing. Of course, I'm still looking now because he's bringing in a lot of folks. I'm like, all right, a lot of these folks, I don't know who they are. Have to do some research on them, but like I said, I hope he's vetting the hell out of them.
well,
Cause
I think that like it ain't about not making mistakes. Even if he ends up bringing in somebody and they turn out to be like garbage, you can't. People. You're not God. You know what I mean?
yeah,
If they're a snake and they really are good at hiding what they are, they're gonna trick you. Like you can't. You can set up things to try and prevent it, but you can't like section off everything in your life so hard that you are 100% protected because then you can't move and
yeah,
you can't do anything. So it's like you're gonna get fooled at some point. Someone who really has it out for you is going to be able to trick you or something like that. The
Mm.
key is how you deal with it after you have been fooled, after they have revealed their personality or tendencies. What do you do, you know, after that point? Are you just gonna sit there and be like, oh well, oh whatever, no big deal, you know, and continue to let them fuck everything up for everybody, or are you gonna take swift, firm action and say, okay, yeah, no, I made a wrong decision with you. See ya.
Yeah.
Like, you
Yeah,
know, that's the key.
yeah, be able to get him out of there.
Right. You know, that's the key. It ain't about always being able to hire the right people or bring in the right people all the time, 100%. You're not going to be able to do that. You
Yeah.
know, I mean, not to say they shouldn't have some type of vetting, but it's just that there's going to be some error to it. So you're definitely going to bring in someone that has ill intentions for you and your company at some point, or your project at some point. Like, it's just, that's how it's going to be.
Yeah.
And that's just one of the difficulties that we're going to have to be, you know, faced with if we want to make something and we want to work with people. But that's why you want to be in control of the majority of it. You want people to have to come to you. You know, like I was playing, you know, I have actually finished Mass Effect 2 recently. Played through it again. And near the end of the game where like when you like release all the locks off of Edie so she can talk about exactly how like Cerberus works and how they're like how Elusive Man controls things.
Yeah.
It's like they make the Elusive Man out to be like this, like, oh, he's a control maniac and all this type of stuff. But like when you actually hear his plan, like how he runs things, it makes a lot of fucking sense. He has money, but he understands that his money's limited, even though he has a lot of fucking money, right?
Mm.
So he literally keeps an eye on everything.